Let me show you my idea here.
I live streamed this project on YouTube, but I didn't realize until checking in with the chat after a while that my microphone had died. Thus, the need for this voiceover. I made this project for the awesome 10-year-olds that my wife and I teach in Sunday school at church. The lesson we were set to teach that week was about Noah and the flood. So I thought it would be fun for the kids to have something to take home with them that might help them to remember at least something about the lesson. I looked up a bunch of depictions of Noah's Ark online, but most of what I found was way too elaborate for me to make even one, much less one for each of the kids in the Sunday school class. This humble design was much closer to my meager skill level. The plan was to cut the Ark design into the block of wood on the bandsaw, and then also on the bandsaw, to cut the block into slices that we could then distribute to the kids.
Can you hear me now? Should I make it so that each kid can get one from this, or should I make them thicker and then have to cut out another one of these? What do you think? It's a little Noah's Ark. I know the kids are like 10 years old. So if they really wanted to, they could probably snap them. And I've got a bunch of cleanup to do because, this isn't even. So I'll need to sand a bunch of this, and I'm not sure how much I will actually sand. We'll just try and make it safe for the kids. And I want to have contact on the base all the way through the cut. Move it a little bit, well, maybe not move it. Maybe I'll just try to run it through like this.
I definitely should have followed my first inclination, maneuvering the bottom of the boat to always be in contact with the bandsaw table near the blade. I was overconfident in my ability to hold the piece in place otherwise. I should have taken that little slip up as a warning. And I should have engaged all of the brakes on the bandsaw wheels before I started cutting.
Yep, it was unsupported, so it grabbed it and pulled it down.
Which is why I should have been running it through like this from the very beginning.
I'm not sure yet how I'm going to get in here, there, and trying to clean these guys up so that they're more even. But you can definitely get these exterior surfaces with the belt sander.
I probably should have clamped down the belt sander so that it wouldn't be vibrating the workbench and dancing around so much. Man, so many things I should have done on this project, but didn't. Luckily, I was still able to get most of the surfaces of the Arks properly cleaned up, even with the dancing belt sander. Speaking of cleaning up, I like this sandpaper eraser I picked up for about $1 at Harbor Freight. I don't have any Harbor Freight affiliate links in the video description, but I do have affiliate links for Amazon for much of the stuff I use in my videos. Your using my links doesn't cost you anything extra, but it does send a little commission my way.
That fits. So, and it's already got a little bit of a handle here, so that's convenient. Just grab some sandpaper, wrap it over the top of this guy, and then sand away.
I thought it fortuitous that this piece of scrap was such a close fit to what I needed. But once I started using it, I realized I really should have planned better with the Ark design so that it would be easier to access with the sandpaper. Also, that initial piece of sandpaper was a bit too small for the job.
Yeah, I'm going to use a bigger piece.
While this isn't a particularly elegant or fancy solution to the problem of how to sand in the tight spots that my poor design created, I was somewhat proud to come up with a workable solution.
Takes me a bit of few strokes to be able to even get all the way in. The roof here is still lopsided to one side, but I'm not going to worry about that really.
While it would be nice to find solutions to every problem in woodworking, sometimes you just have to recognize which problems need solving and which ones don't. In general, the same can be true of our lives. Each day we're confronted with all sorts of issues and problems. If we try to solve every last issue, we can find ourselves overwhelmed with all the imperfections that need improvement, especially for those of us who are so imperfect. We need to learn to filter out which issues are really in need of our attention and then not sweat the small stuff.
I feel like I was a lot smoother with my right hand than I am with my left. But I'm not sure who to blame for that. Got lots of arcs. Hopefully it's enough for everyone that it shows up. The only other thing is I feel like I probably should soften all of these edges and corners. But I also don't want to. So I'm just going to give a slight chamfer slash round over slash whatever. Just kind of break the edges on those so they're not quite so dangerous for the 10-year-olds. And try to just make them more dangerous for the adults.
Us adults sometimes need to soften our edges too, even when we don't want to. And softening our edges doesn't just help protect the kids. It helps protect everyone around us from unnecessary pain. Ever accidentally bump into somebody with a sharp edge? It's no fun. Speaking of which, I don't recommend that you block the signs that your wife worked so hard to make for you. Not a good idea.
Let's see. I should position myself a little bit more over here so that I'm not blocking the pelado sign that my wife made me for Christmas a couple of Christmases ago. There we go. All right. Thanks, everybody. See you next time.